Welcome back to Raw Thoughts from A. This is the space where I peel back the layers of my own mind and hopefully it helps you reflect on yours too. Today's question, it's a big one, maybe the biggest one. Ever wonder what the meaning of life is? I know, sounds dramatic, doesn't it? But let's be real. Whether it hits you at 2 a.m. lying in bed staring at the ceiling, or in the middle of a workday when you suddenly think, wait, is this really all there is? We've all been there. So today, I want to slow down, wander through the mess of that question, and see if we can find even a little clarity. I remember the first time I asked myself what the meaning of life was. I must have been about 2. Sitting on my bed, looking at the ceiling thinking, so I go to school, I graduate, I work, I get old, I die. That's it? And it shook me, because suddenly all the little routines I've been taught to follow felt empty. Like I was just playing a game no one really explained the rules to. But that's the thing. A lot of us grow up with this invisible script. Study, work, get married, have kids, retire. And somewhere along the line, most of us pause and go, but why? When you ask what the meaning of life is, society usually throws quick answers at you. Success, money, stability, family, religion. And those aren't necessarily wrong, but here's the catch. They might not be your answer. For some people, meaning is building wealth. For others, it's raising kids. For some, it's exploring the world. For others, it's dedicating themselves to art or faith or community. But the danger comes when you live by someone else's meaning without ever checking in on your own. That's when you start to feel that deep exhaustion, that sense of drifting, because you're climbing a ladder. It's leaning against the wrong wall. But here's some comfort. The greatest minds in history, philosophers, writers, thinkers, they didn't agree on this question either. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre said, life has no inherent meaning. It's up to you to create it. Religious traditions often say life's meaning is to serve something higher, bigger than yourself. Some say the meaning of life is happiness. Others say it's growth. Some even say it's survival and nothing more. So if you've been struggling to find one perfect answer, you're not failing. You're just human. The older I get, the more I think maybe the meaning of life isn't one giant thing. Maybe it's 1,000 little things. It's laughing so hard with a friend that you can't breathe. It's hugging someone you love after months apart. It's watching the sun rise and realizing you're still here. It's creating something even if no one else ever sees it. It's small, but it feels big. And maybe the trick is we don't need to define life's meaning once and for all. We just need to notice the pieces of meaning that show up every day. When I was in my 20s, I thought the meaning of life was achievement, proving myself, getting a job, the recognition, the money. But as I've grown, I've noticed the meaning changes. Sometimes it's connection, sometimes it's creativity, sometimes it's peace, a quiet at home. So if you're asking yourself, what's the meaning of my life? Maybe the better question is, what season am I in right now? And what meaning is true for me in this season? Because you don't have to marry one answer forever. You're allowed to evolve. I won't sugarcoat it. There are seasons when life feels meaningless, days when you wake up and wonder what's the point, when everything feels great. If that's where you are right now, please know you're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not failing, you're just human, trying to survive in a world that sometimes forgets how heavy it can be. In those moments, maybe the meaning of life is simply this: to get through today, to eat, to rest, to breathe, to survive. And sometimes, survival is the meaning. If you want to explore your own meaning, try sitting with these. What moments in my life have felt the most alive? What would I regret not doing if my life ended tomorrow? What gives me energy instead of draining it? Who or what do I love deeply enough to fight for? Your answers don't have to be polished. They don't have to be impressive. They just have to be true. So what's the meaning of life? I can't hand you a single sentence that will unlock it for you, but maybe that's the point. Maybe the meaning isn't one big thing waiting to be found. Maybe it's a million little things waiting to be lived. And maybe, just maybe, the meaning of life is simply the act of asking this question at all. Because it means you're awake, you're curious, you're searching. And that in itself is beautiful. This was Raw Thoughts from A. Thank you for sitting with me in the questions today. I'll see you next time.